decision night. It all comes down to this.
We're now within hours of finding out who the next president is going to be.
Donald Trump, the chief mouthpiece, has been saying repeatedly at every rally that he sees numbers that are moving them ahead. He sees states that are falling his way. He sees victory on this day, this night. And it's just not looking that way.
Her campaign manager has been saying today that they are feeling pretty confident about the turnout, particularly in Florida. Of course, if Donald Trump doesn't get Florida, it's going to be very difficult for him to move into the White House.
Keep your eye on New Hampshire, Virginia, Florida, Ohio. Let's see how the results as they come in tonight compare to what we know the exit polls will have shown.
The first four that he's most interested in must-wins, Florida, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and North Carolina, could have some problems.
Change is very important to voters tonight. 82% of those voters, no big surprise there, are going for Donald Trump. For those who wanted experience, Hillary Clinton clearly is doing well.
If you're looking for continuity, then Clinton is your candidate because she will continue a lot of Obama's strategies, a lot of Obama's policies.
All the polls have showed for months they hate them, they don't like him, and they really don't like her. So the surprise of the day was early on when polls opened that huge queues were forming.
With the trend as your friend, wait and see how it's rolling.
The vote where it stands right now. You see Donald Trump takes a very early lead.
Our first projection is in Vermont, where Hillary Clinton will easily win that state's 3 electoral votes.
NBC News projects that Donald Trump will win the state of Indiana. When the votes are counted, we project that Donald Trump will win in Kentucky as well.
Trump gets another state, West Virginia.
Donald Trump wins South Carolina.
What's happened thus far is pretty predictable. We expected Donald Trump to win in Kentucky and Indiana. We expected Hillary Clinton to win in Vermont, but it's those contested states, Florida and Georgia, and moving up the East Coast, we'll be looking at in the next hour.
New Hampshire is still a wild card. We've been speaking with voters all afternoon, and I can tell you one thing. This state is divided.
I still think that the story of the night tonight is going to be the surge in the Hispanic vote. In a state like Florida, I think that you're seeing a rejection of Donald Trump's anti-immigrant rhetoric.
And clearly also this is a man who hasn't done much to win favor with Latin Americans, particularly the Mexicans, obviously calling them, or some of them, rapists and criminals, and talking about building this wall.
This probably is the ultimate sort of expression of celebrity politics.
And look at all these wins we're projecting for Hillary Clinton.
Illinois, her home state, goes to Hillary Clinton.
Mrs. Clinton is also performing strongly on the East Coast, where Fox projects she will win New Jersey, Massachusetts, Maryland, Delaware, and the District of Columbia.
Donald Trump also has some projected wins, 3 specifically. We project he will carry the state of Oklahoma with 7 electoral votes. Donald Trump will carry Tennessee with 11 electoral votes. Donald Trump will also carry Mississippi.
Florida, we've been watching that raw vote come in. Right now, that is too close to call.
Donald Trump is performing very well in the rural and outer urban areas, and Hillary Clinton is getting a stranglehold on those inner urban areas.
Interesting to see she's pulling ahead. Of course, early days yet, but it is a good result for the Clinton camp, and they're feeling confident.
She's basically been running for president for 8 years. I mean, since she lost the last time.
Because let's face it, this has been an exhausting, stressful, and sometimes downright weird election for all of us. And remember, no matter what happens, the sun will rise in the morning, and America will still be the greatest nation on earth.
Polls have just closed in 14 more states. Take a deep breath as we take you through it.
Hillary Clinton will win New York State. That's Donald Trump's home state as well.
Donald Trump will win the states of Kansas, North Dakota, South Dakota, Texas, and Wyoming.
Hillary Clinton wins in Connecticut. CNN also projects Donald Trump will win Louisiana.
Trump comes in with a win in Florida. That's not a surprise, but it is very good news for him. It would be very good news for him, a race that's been tied.
It is interesting, though, seeing how close Florida is and some of these other races. We're hearing this could be a longer night than some may have predicted.
The margins are so small that we may not get victory speeches or concession speeches from either candidates tonight and find ourselves pulling an all-nighter.
There was a big cheer in New York when Hillary Clinton was declared the winner of that state.
But the folks that I spoke to here just a short time ago said they are going to be crying. They will either be crying tears of happiness if Hillary Clinton wins in this state, or they'll be crying tears of sadness, they say, if Donald Trump wins.
However this turns out tonight, it's going to be so much closer than anybody could have realized going in.
This, folks, is a razor-thin race for president. Many states too close to call.
Hillary Clinton will win the swing state of Colorado tonight.
Hillary Clinton will win in the state of Virginia.
Another important win for Donald Trump in Montana. He gets those 3 electoral votes. Every electoral vote will count.
A critical swing state has been called by the Fox News decision desk. Ohio will be Donald Trump's category. A victory for Donald Trump in Ohio.
I think that Trump is on track to win the presidency.
You know, they say that when America sneezes, the rest of the world catches a cold. Well, we're looking at potential pneumonia here. When it seemed apparent that Donald Trump was starting to really gain traction, the all ordinaries essentially plummeted.
If this happens, if Trump takes this presidency, this will be the greatest shock to the American political system in history.
If you are in a state and you're watching this and your polls are still open, you must vote for Hillary Clinton tonight.
Also,
We have
a big call to make
a big
now.
call right now. Donald Trump will win the state of Florida.
CNN now projects that Donald Trump will carry the state of North Carolina, a huge win in California for Hillary Clinton. She will also carry Hawaii.
Trump will win in Idaho when all the votes are counted. Clinton wins in Oregon.
It's very possible as of this moment.
If you need the inside straight, he is well on his way, although it's not yet over.
He is picking off the traditional Democratic support base in some of the outer urban areas, not normally Republican supporters, but Donald Trump is not a normal Republican candidate.
If Hillary Clinton loses tonight, it's not going to be because she's a woman. It's going to be because she's a corrupt representation of the past.
You will have the Clinton campaign wondering how much of an impact Russia had on this campaign. Obviously, those WikiLeaks email that we saw, the drip, drip, drip every day for months, just eroding away at the problem, her Achilles heel, this whole trust issue.
Trump's election is going to be the biggest FU ever recorded in human history.
Right.
CNN projects Donald Trump will win the state of Iowa.
At this point, if he wins Michigan,
it's done.
It's done.
It looks like a fairly cataclysmic rejection of establishment politics, I think you'd call it.
President Trump has no shackles. He won this his way.
I'm enormously excited for the country. I believe Donald Trump will be a truly great president.
I think what we're seeing unfold tonight is the most astonishing political story of our lifetime.
Whatever you think of Donald Trump, this is a victory against political correctness and is the end of the Clinton cult.
Look at the faces of the people at Clinton campaign headquarters. You can feel the concern.
The scene here is so different than it was a few hours ago when people were happy and relaxed.
People are sitting on the floor, they've got their head in their hands, they're hugging each other, people have been seen crying. Certainly not what they expected here. You know, Donald Trump said this was going to be America's Brexit, and it certainly seems to be that way.
The website for the Canadian government has crashed several times tonight, apparently from inquiries being made from Americans about moving over there.